The government has not carried out any impact assessments of leaving the EU on the UK economy, Brexit Secretary David Davis has told MPs. There's no sort of systematic impact assessment, Mr. Davis told the Brexit committee. He said the government had produced a sectoral analysis of different industries, but not a forecast of what would happen when the UK leaves the EU. A very major contingency planning operation is in place, he added. The Brexit secretary's comments were seized on in Prime Minister's questions by Jeremy Corbyn. This really is a shambles, the Labour leader said. At Wednesday morning's Brexit committee hearing, Chairman Hilary Benn asked whether impact assessments had been carried out into various parts of the economy, listing the automotive, aerospace and financial sectors. "I think the answer's going to be no to all of them," Mr. Davis responded. When Mr. Benn suggested this was strange, the minister said formal assessments were not needed to know that regulatory hurdles would have an impact. "I am not a fan of economic models because they have all proven wrong," he added. Davis sounded frazzled by the BBC's Norman Smith. David Davis has probably not done a Brexit cause a huge bundle of good this morning. First, his frank admission that no impact assessments have been completed will inevitably be seized on by critics to argue team May simply haven't done the basic spade work. Second, his suggestion that he doesn't have the resources for this, and anyway some of the work his officials have done wasn't much good, is hardly a ringing endorsement of his Brexit department. Third, Mr. Davis probably didn't help his own reputation by telling the committee he had been handed 2 chapters of the 850 pages of analysis but hadn't read them. At times Mr. Davis even chided the committee over the time they were taking. Fair enough, the Brexit secretary had a cold, but at times he sounded thoroughly frazzled and cheesed off. Not a great look. There has been a long-running row over the government's Brexit studies in their publication. A year ago Mr. Davis said his department was in the midst of carrying out about 57 sets of analyses on different parts of the economy. On 1 November MPs passed a motion to release Brexit impact assessments to the Brexit Committee of MPs. In response, the government said this motion misunderstood what the documents actually were, but has since provided an edited set of reports to the committee. Mr. Davis told the MPs this represented getting as close as we can to meeting what we took to be the intent of Parliament. A quantitative economic forecast of outcome does not exist, he said. That is not there. We have not done that. What is there is the size of the industry, the employment and so on. During PMQs, Prime Minister Theresa May repeated Mr. Davis's line that sectoral analysis, not impact assessments, had been drawn up, adding that the government would not give a running commentary on the negotiations.